Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Wieben. I'm a certified centered riding instructor and essential somatics practitioner, and I'm also certified in Eden energy medicine. So today I thought I'd bring you the concept of grounding, and grounding can help us both in the saddle and in our everyday lives. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about in our everyday lives first, and then show you how that applies to when you're in the saddle. So grounding is essentially that feeling of being on the ground. We're connected to the ground, and that ground gives us stability. So we're pulling from Mother Earth energy. So one of the ways that you can notice if you're not grounded is if you start to feel a little bit spacey, your focus is affected, maybe you're having trouble listening or applying yourself to something, or you might even notice that other people's energy is starting to bother you more than it usually does. And sometimes you might even notice that your balance is a little bit affected, or you get sore feet at the end of the day. So a couple of things I like to do, I'm going to pull up my chair here, is first thing I'd like to do is just open up my feet. So I'm going to massage my feet from the center out, and we're just going to bring that energy, opening up the feet so that we can be more grounded to the earth. And in centered riding, we talk about a spot at the bottom of the foot, and they call it the bubbling spring. So in energy medicine, that spot at the bottom of our foot is actually the kidney meridian. So this is the first point on the kidney meridian. And if you follow kind of from the big toe down and pretty much at the widest part of your foot and draw another line across, you're going to find that point. And if you massage that point a little bit, and you can even go out a little bit wider and just massage all around there, you'll start to open up that point so kidney meridian can flow more easily and bring in that earth energy. So we'll do both feet, and we can massage out, and you can do the whole foot, opening that energy all the way back to the heel. And you can even go on the top of your foot and open up the foot gates, down through the tendons, and off your toes, and just really bringing that energy into your feet. Because of course, when we're riding, our feet have to support us in the stirrups, so we want that energy to be able to be connected. Now I'll just do my other foot because I didn't do the top on this side. So that opens up the foot so it's more supported in that energy. And then another really easy exercise you can do, because one of the best ways you can ground is to stand barefoot in the grass or in the sand. And you'll probably notice that when you go to the beach, you feel really good at the end of the day, or if you've had a nice picnic on the grass. And that's, of course, the best way to be grounded. But when it's snowing outside and we don't have that nice piece of grass we can stand on, we can use a nice stainless steel spoon, and we can rub the bottom of our feet. So our body is like a magnet, and we want to keep that polarity flowing in the right direction. And when we spoon our feet, it helps to correct any changes in our polarity and helps us be more grounded. And again, you're just rubbing all over the bottom of the foot. I kind of like to do figure eights on mine, and you can do the top of the foot as well. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. You're just rubbing on the foot. And we'll do both sides. And then there's another meridian that we can work with, and that's the stomach meridian. So your stomach meridian starts right at your cheekbones, just below your eyes, and it goes around your face and all the way down and off your second toe. So it's also another very grounding meridian. So when we start to feel that sensation of not being quite connected, or we feel a little bit spacey, we can tap just below our cheekbones. And you want to take a few deep breaths as you're tapping. And just waking up that energy in your stomach meridian. I'll take one more breath. Good. Now hopefully you're starting to feel a little bit more calm and relaxed with that. So now let's take that over to our riding side, and I'm going to stand up again here. So one exercise I like to do with my clinics with my riders is I'll have them do the centered riding exercises of taking your feet to the beach. And in this exercise, it's quite a nice one. You can imagine that you're just standing on a nice warm beach. And if you close your eyes, you can feel how your toes are connected in the sand. Feel the space between all your toes. Feel how the outside of your foot is supported, how the arch is gently supported. Notice the heel nicely cupped in the sand. And then feel that energy coming up from that kidney meridian all the way up your legs, feeling that warmth coming up into your center. Just nicely grounding you to the sand and feeling that nice deep relaxation go through your body. And take a couple of breaths. And with each breath, you can just feel any tension melting out of your body and into the sand. Good. Now, when you're riding, when you're connected with your stirrups, we don't have to push down into our stirrups to get that connection, because just like we are standing on the ground, we don't have to push down into the ground to stand here. We're just nicely supported on the ground. So when you're sitting in the saddle, have that same idea of your foot is just supported by your stirrups. You don't have to push down into them and use extra energy to do that. You're just nicely supported, and then your seat will be nicely supported in the saddle. And another idea that you can bring to this is the feeling of being kind of cut off at the knees, I guess, and you're kneeling down into your knees, which allows the foot to be just resting in the stirrup and allows the seat to come a little bit deeper into the saddle. So those are a few concepts that you can think of when you're out with your horse. And if you're having a hard day at work and you go to your barn right after to ride your horse, you might want to take a few minutes just to tap those cheekbones and bring yourself back into that grounded feeling before you carry on into the barn, because your horse is going to know how your day went just by how you show up. But if we can be more grounded, it helps our horses connect with us a little bit better as well. So have some fun with those concepts, and I'll be back with more soon.